Hi, in version 2.3 we'll be getting 4 new banners. In the first phase we'll be getting the brand new Firefly and a rerun of Ruan Mei. In the second phase we'll be getting the brand new Jade and a rerun of Argenti. 2.3 is looking like quite the stacked patch, so let's go through every character and see if they're worth it for you to pull on your account or not. Before we start, I'll be giving away 2 supply passes / welcome in / crystal card to my subscribers at 5k subs, so make sure you subscribe to enter. Starting in the first phase, our new 5-star is the long-awaited Firefly. If you don't know what she does, I have a guide link in the description, but put simply, Firefly is a fire destruction DPS that focuses on breaking the enemy's toughness and using break effect to do massive damage that could match Acheron. Firefly is an extremely strong DPS that also happens to be very easy to build due to the abundance of free stats in her kit and having a really strong free-to-play Litecoin option being on the 4 of an Aeon while having relatively easy substats breakpoints. However, against enemies that are hard to weakness break or cannot be broken, Firefly will struggle a bit, so do keep that in mind. Overall, she is a very strong DPS that most likely will stay top of the meta for a long while. So, for people who are looking for a DPS to clear MOC or the new game mode of Apocalyptic Shadow, will really appreciate having Firefly. And if you have Ruan Mei and, well, technically Harmony MC2, but it's free anyways in your account, Firefly will be a great addition to your account too. Otherwise, people who already have multiple extremely strong DPSs like Acheron, Jinlu, Buhu, etc. will find less value in Firefly. And people who don't have Ruan Mei will also find less value, not because Firefly particularly needs her, but rather Ruan Mei is on the other banner of the same phase, and in my opinion, she is much more important to your account if you don't have her. Which brings us onto the first phase rerun being, as mentioned, Ruan Mei. In a nutshell, Ruan Mei is a 5-star Ice Harmony support that uses break effect to provide really strong and rare AoE buffs while also granting break efficiency. Ruan Mei is an absolutely insane support despite being the first limited 5-star Harmony unit, and even then still could be argued as the best Harmony unit in the game. The reason is that she is a very universal support, basically granting buffs that every archetype of teams and units can use, whether it be a multiple DPS team like Blade Jinlu, or DOT teams like Kafka Black Swan, or break effect teams like Buhu or the brand new Firefly. Ruan Mei is usually the best or one of the best options in those teams. And that is not even mentioning the actual strength of her buffs and having a near full uptime of her buffs while being also SP positive. This all together makes her one of the most broken units in the game outright. Ruan Mei's only downside is being kinda hard to perfectly build, which honestly is a real concern, don't get me wrong, but if you put some work into it, it's really not that bad. So obviously, people who don't have Ruan Mei should definitely look to pull for her. But more specifically, people who are looking to upgrade their break effect or DOT teams also should definitely pull for her, and even people who aren't particularly playing those teams, if you don't have Ruan Mei will still be the premier option for follow-up attack teams, Jinlu teams, and many more. As for reasons why you shouldn't pull for her, realistically, I can't really think of any other reasons than if you don't have Jades. Anyways, moving on onto the second phase, where we begin with the brand new character Jade. Basically, Jade is a 5-star Quantum Erudition sub DPS that focuses on quote-unquote buffing a unit to allow herself to launch a very strong follow-up attack. The buff increases in strength if their allies' attacks are AoE while also gaining them speed. Overall, Jade has a very interesting kit and fits right in with a similar kit design with other IPC members like Topaz. She is a follow-up attack focused character that looks to be quite strong in pure fiction. Together with her skill also taking HP away, she will become one of the prime teammate options for Blade. However, while she will still perform decently in blast situations, in single target, not gonna lie, she really is underwhelming. And at least for now, she's sitting in a niche which is a follow-up attack focused AoE support that most likely needs time to get stronger. So, for people who want to specifically improve their Blade teams, Jade will be an incredible upgrade to your account. Or if you're looking to find another team or teammate for pure fiction, she'll no well be a prime option too. But that being said, for people that can already clear pure fiction or looking for a DPS for MLC/AP, you definitely should look elsewhere, at least for now. And despite having a follow-up attack, she really doesn't fit in with the rest of the follow-up attackers at the time of this video because the rest of them are basically all single target focused. And finally, we get to the rerun of phase 2 being Argenti. In summary, Argenti is a 5-star physical erudition DPS that focuses on his AoE strength and his 2-stage ultimate. He is one of the best DPS for pure fiction and just AoE content in general, while also still being decent in single target due to his Stage 2 ultimate. However, other than that, he is an okay unit for MOC if it has physical weakness, and despite his Stage 2 ultimate, only time will tell if it's actually good in AP or not. Argenti relies on his ultimate a lot, so units like Ting Yun and Huohuo are almost a must for him, which in conjunction with his strength realistically tied to pure fiction only, really makes him an underwhelming unit for most. So that being said, for people looking for another pure fiction DPS, Argenti will be a great addition to your account. If you own Huohuo and have Ting Yun sitting around, Argenti will also be a good option too. But other than that, he really is just another DPS, and one that only really works in pure fiction. So if you don't need a pure fiction DPS, he is not all that worth it, and people who don't have Huohuo may find Argenti a bit worse than you expect. However, at the end of the day, make sure you pull for your waifus and husbandos over meta. I really don't care how strong or weak Jade is, all I want is her to step